What does sugar do to the body? Have you ever wondered specifically what sugar does to your body after you enjoy that sweet treat? In this video, I am diving into the effects of sugar, how to spot hidden sugar in foods, and how to reduce your sugar intake. Towards the end, I will be dealing with some frequently asked questions about sugar. Stick around to become more sugar savvy and make better choices for your health. Welcome back to Health Tips with Shalom Health. By the way, if you're new to my channel, a huge welcome to you. And please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I truly appreciate your support. For my lovely subscribers, a big thank you again and again. If you like this video, please give it a comment or like, as that will help the YouTube algorithm to show it to more people. With that out of the way, let's get started. I'm going to start by defining what sugar is. Sugar is a liquid form of carbohydrate. It is found naturally in some foods and drinks and often added to others. Examples of natural sugars are lactose in milk and fructose in fruits. Examples of added sugars, also called free sugars, are refined sugars that is added to food and juices. Syrups and honey are also considered as added sugar, even though they are not as processed as refined sugar. This adding could be in the process of home cooking, in manufacturing, or in restaurants. What is the problem with sugar? Sugar has been identified as a major contributing factor to the obesity epidemic in the world. Sugar contains a lot of calories, and it is easy to eat too much of it, thereby causing weight problems and other resultant problems. The WHO, World Health Organization, has directed nations to advise people to cut their rates of sugar consumption. To clarify, it is the free or added sugar that we have been advised to cut back on. In 2018, the UK government introduced the sugar tax on soft drink manufacturers. It was aimed at products that contained more than 5 to 8 grams of sugar per 100 mils. Next, I will talk about the health benefits of sugar. Yes, you heard that right. When it is taken in moderation, sugar is the primary source of energy for our bodies. It powers the activities of the different tissues and organs. It provides us energy for physical activities and fuels the brain as well. The natural sugars in fruits and vegetables also come with other nutrients such as vitamins, minerals, and fiber that you won't find in added sugar. Recommendations from the World Health Organization, American Heart Association, and the United Kingdom Nutrition Advisors are that only 5% of our daily calorie intake should come from added or free sugar. In the UK, an average adult should not have more than 30 grams of added sugar a day, which is approximately 7 sugar cubes in a day. The reality is that on average in the UK, we're consuming a lot more sugar than is recommended. Between 9% and 12.5% of our calories come from free sugars, depending on the age group. In the USA, the levels set by the American Heart Association are that men should not consume more than 9 teaspoonfuls, which is 36 grams of added sugar per day. The number is lower for women. They should not consume more than 6 teaspoons of sugar per day. The reality is that adults, young adults, and children in the US consume more than 2 to 3 times the recommended amount for men and women, respectively. On average, 17 teaspoons of added sugar every day. Now I have a question for you. How much sugar is in a 330 ml bottle of Coke? The answer is 9 cubes or 35 grams. So well done if you got that right. This was just to show how much sugar these drinks contain, but we really don't think about it that way, do we? Would you imagine yourself putting 9 cubes of sugar into your mouth? Probably not. Short-term effects of sugar. Dental caries or cavities. The bacteria on the teeth can feed on the sugar that we eat and produce acids that removes minerals from the teeth, thereby causing cavities. Acne. Eating sugary foods can lead to a spike in the blood sugar and insulin levels, and this leads to increased skin oil production and inflammation, which are the causes of acne. Tiredness. Having a high sugar diet can cause spikes in blood sugar and insulin levels. The rise is not, however, sustained for too long, as it is usually followed by a sharp drop in levels, otherwise called a crash. A constantly swinging blood sugar level may lead to fluctuations in your energy levels. Long term effects of sugar on the body. Weight gain. This arises from the excessive consumption of calories. For example, it is easier to drink so many glasses of a fruit juice than to eat the actual fruits. Type 2 diabetes. Having large amounts of sugar can cause weight gain and increase body fat, and this can directly increase the risk of diabetes. Obesity is believed to be the strongest risk factor for type 2 diabetes. Hypertension. High sugar intake triggers inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation can damage blood vessels, resulting in them becoming less flexible and narrower, and thereby contributes to high blood pressure. Heart attack. The high blood pressure puts extra strain on the heart. The heart must work harder to pump blood through narrow, damaged arteries. Stroke. High blood sugar can damage the lining of the arteries. This damage makes it easier for fatty deposits to stick to the artery walls and may cause narrowing of the blood vessels to the brain. High cholesterol. Eating too much sugar can lower the good HDL cholesterol. It can also raise the bad HDL cholesterol and triglycerides. This unhealthy cholesterol profile increases the risk of heart disease and strokes. Fatty liver. A high intake of added sugars has been linked to fatty liver. Fructose, which is the main sugar in added sugars, can only be metabolized in the liver. So if one eats too much, it starts getting deposited as fat in the liver and surrounding organs. Cancer. High sugar consumption may increase the risk of cancer generally, and there are some certain cancers like prostate and esophageal cancer that have been linked to the ingestion of too much sugar. Depression. A diet high in sugar and ultra processed foods may affect the blood sugar levels and moods, thereby increasing the risk of depression and anxiety. Sugar cravings. Some similarities have been found between how the brain responds to addictive drugs and how it responds to sugar consumption. Sugar activates the brain's reward system, which triggers us to crave more. This can lead to eating behaviors that make it difficult to maintain a healthy diet. There is a debate about whether sugar is addictive or not. Aging of the skin. High sugar intake may accelerate skin aging and cause wrinkle through the formation of substances called advanced glycation end products. This occurs when sugar molecules get attached to fats and proteins, causing a loss of elasticity in the skin lines and dark spots. Chronic kidney disease. Too much sugar can damage the blood vessels in your kidneys. Damaged kidneys can't filter blood as effectively. Gout. Increased consumption of fructose leads to raised uric acid levels, and this can in turn form painful crystals in the joints to cause gout symptoms. Impaired cognitive function and dementia. Having too much sugar can lead to cognitive impairment and memory problems. This can be through the development of insulin resistance, which means the cells are not responding very well to insulin, which can affect the brain's ability to use glucose effectively. And it can also be through the development of inflammation in the brain. Mechanisms. Domino effect. I have put this slide here to show that the effect of sugar on the body is like a domino effect. One thing leads to the other, and so on and so forth. In this case, blood sugar gets raised, insulin rises, weight gain occurs, inflammation, diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, etc. etc. Having discussed the effects of blood sugar on the body, I will now go on to talk about hidden sugars in foods. Low fat and diet foods often contain added sugar to help improve taste and palatability and to add texture to the product. Ready made soups and sauces also are surprisingly high in sugar. Breakfast cereals, bread, yogurt may contain added sugar. And a particular culprit is soda drinks. On average, one can contains the equivalent of 7 teaspoons of sugar. How to discover hidden sugar in foods? First, look at the carbs as sugars on the nutrition labeling. This shows both the natural and added sugars content. If it is less than 5 grams per 100 grams, it is low. More than 22.5 grams per 100 grams, it is high. Be careful to multiply it if the per serving size is more than 100 grams. For example, if the serving size is 150 grams and it contains 20 grams of sugar per 100 grams, the amount of sugar in it will be 30 grams. You can also look at the list of ingredients to find out what the exact ingredients are. Other names for hidden sugars are honey, molasses, juice concentrates, e.g., cane juice, orange juice concentrate, high fructose corn syrup, agave nectar, syrups like malt syrup, corn syrup, and rice syrup, and evaporated cane juice. Any items that end in OSE, e.g., glucose, fructose, maltose, sucrose, galactose, are all different forms of sugar. Next slide is on sugar substitutes, e.g., sorbitol, xylitol, mannitol, stevia. These are used to provide sweetness to food, but with fewer calories. They occur naturally in some foods. Use of sugar substitutes is acceptable, but please be aware that they sometimes have side effects like abdominal bloating, diarrhea. Regarding the novel sweeteners like stevia, monk fruit, they are derived from natural sources, but long-term studies on their potential side effects are lacking. Please use in moderation. How to reduce sugar intake? Use of whole foods. Opting for all unprocessed foods naturally reduces your dietary sugar. Food swaps to consider. Reducing certain foods and beverages in our diet can help lower our intake of added sugars. For example, replacing yogurt with added sugars with natural yogurt and fresh fruit. And you can opt for sugar-free drinks or water instead of sugary beverages. Eat fresh fruit instead of fruit juice, and eat fruit mix in place of sweet treats. Consider oatmeal instead of sugary cereals. Stop adding sugar in foods or reduce it. If you enjoy sweets like cakes and chocolate, consider reducing your portion sizes. Limit fruit juices or smoothies to one small glass, 150 ml a day. Shop in the areas of the supermarket that contain healthy foods. Engage in home cooking. In this way, you're in control of what you put in. Frequently asked questions. Are natural sugars like honey or maple syrup better? They contain more nutrients than white sugar, but the amounts of the nutrients are small. The product of digestion of artificial and natural sugars is the same, and they can have the same effect on your body. Do you have to completely cut off sugar from your diet? You don't need to cut out sugar completely. All the health organizations in different countries have set different limits on the intake of sugar. Moderation is the key. Please find out what the limits are in your area. Is it impossible to avoid sugar? No, you can avoid sugar by doing those things discussed earlier in this video. You can make a food diary to identify the main sources of sugar in your diet. There's nothing wrong with treating yourself on occasions as long as you stay within your daily calorie allowance. Is sugar addictive? There's no consensus on this. Some people have said that sugar activates the same areas in the brain as addictive drugs do, but others have regarded the craving for sugary stuff to be because of the blood sugar spikes and the resultant tiredness that occurs when the blood sugar falls. When tiredness occurs, people want to eat more to make them feel better. Are artificial sweeteners safe to use? Artificial sweeteners have much less calories or none, so people tend to use them as a replacement, e.g., diet soda drinks. Examples are aspartame, saccharin, sucralose. Sweeteners have been linked to weight gain, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes mellitus. Aspartame has been described as possibly carcinogenic in animal studies, i.e., capable of causing cancer. The evidence for this has been described as limited. Cancer Research UK has stated in an article that aspartame does not cause cancer. Different countries have stipulated different rules regarding this. In the United Kingdom, the FSA, Food Standards Agency, has stated that people can have aspartame along with some other sweeteners like mannitol, sorbitol, saccharin, stevia. Further research is going on into artificial sweeteners worldwide, so watch this space. Please find out about the recommendations in your local area. Points to note: keep a food diary to monitor the main sources of sugar in your diet. The best way to limit your added sugar intake is to prepare your own healthy meals at home and avoid buying foods and drinks that are high in sugar. If you need to cut added sugar from your diet, try some of the small changes listed above. Before you know it, your sugar habit will be a thing of the past. Remember, knowledge is your most potent tool in the battle against hidden sugars, ensuring you stay on track towards a healthier lifestyle. As with everything else in life, moderation is key. More information. There are other videos on this channel that deal with how to live a healthy lifestyle using the 7 pillars of health and how to reduce cancer risk in general, as well as other health topics that you may find useful. Please watch them for more information. Disclaimer: the information on this channel is not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. All content on or available through this channel is for general information only. No professional relationship is formed between any member of Shalom Health and yourself because of getting information from this channel. You're encouraged to confirm any information obtained from and through this channel with other sources and review all information regarding any medical condition or treatment with your physician. If you have found any value in this video, please give it a like or comment on it to give your thoughts on the ideas discussed. And please share with the people in your life who might benefit from this knowledge. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more eye-opening content like this. Stay curious and stay informed until next time. Thanks for watching. God bless.